Hi everyone. You reached Gloria Horn Sewing Studio. Today is Saturday. That means it's Serger Saturday around here, and we're going to show you some different things on the two different sergers, and then also some things on the Accomplish 2 that's new out, because you can use serger attachments now on that machine as well. So when we were planning what to do today, we weren't sure what we're even not sure what we're doing yet, but we're gonna see where this where this is gonna go with what we're gonna show you today. So we're gonna show you a bunch of things.
Just like Thursday night, right?
Just
Steve?
like Thursday. Yes.
Night. Steve might start throwing the
Start throwing
sergers all
stuff,
around. Yeah.
But we're going to go through a little bit of what the Triumph can do, a little bit of what the Acclaim can do, which attachments that you guys may already have that would work on the Accomplish. You don't see a sink. Yeah, I just said call it the kitchen sink because we're just going to throw everything at it today. So, so to get started, if you're new here and this is your first time, and only if you're on Facebook, you need to register. So you'll go to the comment bar. You're going to type in the word register. A new screen is going to pop up. You're going to put in your first name, last name, email address, and phone number, and then come back over and don't miss us. But I feel like if you don't have our app, you need to get our app. It's the best way to watch is through our app. So you go to the App Store, you type in Gloria Horn Sewing Studio. A little sewing machine is going to pop up, and you're going to download our app. It's a free app. All of our videos are on there. You can also watch from gloriahorn.com. You can watch also on YouTube, TikTok. Where else, guys?
Where else?
YouTube, TikTok,
Instagram,
Twitter, Twitch. We are everywhere.
Pretty soon we'll be on ABC.
We're going to be on the Today Show too. So, not yet, but and then some other things we have coming up. So, and you want to make sure you have the app. We have a special sale, a private event, let's call it, that we're going to broadcast just through the app. The app is a password protected way to watch. And then by that, what that means is we can offer some special deals that we can't advertise to the general public, but we can hold a private event. So I think around Valentine's Day, we're going to hold a private app event where you have to watch through the app. It's only going to be on the app. And we're going to do some special deals I've never done before. So that's exciting coming up. So that's going to be around Valentine's Day. And then another promotion we're running for February is we're going to spread the love. Baby Lock is all about the love of sewing. So we're going to spread the love. So your job is to find friends that don't know about us, friends that have never watched us, and refer them to us. When that friend, I think we haven't worked out all the details yet, but I think how it's going to work is when that friend spends $75 in their first order, they're going to get $14 to spend, and you're going to get $14 to spend. So it's a little play on the Valentine's Day for the 14th. So you're both going to get $14 when that friend makes their first purchase with us of $75. I think that's how it's going to work. We'll hammer out the details coming up in February. But yeah, so get your Rolodex out and start calling or texting people and let them know about us.
Spread the love.
And you spread the love. So anything else? Should we get started?
Tell them how to register already.
I did. Yep.
did
Told them that. So Gloria and Joni, they are coming back from Turks and Caicos today. Their flight comes in this evening. She sent a couple videos of some stuff, the beautiful blue water, and I think they had a very nice, relaxing time. We haven't heard a lot from them. Have you guys heard from them at all?
No,
not really.
Nothing.
So that means they're having fun. So that's good. Yeah, if no news is good news. So that's good.
I think I got one video. I don't know.
I got one. I got a video of people dancing. So
yeah.
Yep. But and we do have some special deals on some sergers and stuff. But let's get started with the Triumph. How about we start there? So we're gonna go over to the Triumph and talk a little bit about what it can do. It's always good to just get a little refresher on what these sergers can do. If you don't have a serger at home, it's a machine that can do so much, and people. I don't want people to feel intimidated by a serger because there's so much it can do, and the Baby Lock sergers are so easy to use because there's no worries about tensions to figure out. Threading, it's very easy. There's a card that you follow, and just a matter of learning how to read that card, apply those settings to the machine. you get a perfect stitch every time. So we're gonna just kind of go through a couple things. And Tommy's been working on this sweatshirt.
You guys
It's
wanna
actually
see it?
pretty cool. So
Let's
yeah, bring
show
it
'em.
over, Tommy. Let's see
show
it.
'em.
So
It's a lot
This
like the
is really
sweatshirt
cool.
I'm currently wearing. But here's the sweatshirt so
Tommy's
far.
gonna start making all of his own clothes.
I'm gonna start making my own clothes.
So look how good he's done so
And
far.
I used the Serger on it. What machine did I use? Euphoria? Which one does the cover
let's
stitch?
lay this down. Can I get a picture of this?
Sure. So where do we want to focus?
Just zoom out
Zoom out.
some
Okay.
so you can see the whole thing. Like, oh, it's gray on gray, but there's
Gray
his
on gray.
there's his pocket here. He's got a pocket up front. He's got his sleeves in.
Did raglan sleeves. I
don't
really
know.
like
show
those raglan sleeves. They're really cool. The way they
maybe
lay
This
in.
one's better.
Maybe
There
hold
we
it
go.
up this way.
Right here. Yeah.
Got his pocket in there.
And
He's
I
got-
got to play with the cover stitch yesterday,
Yep.
and that was really fun. So if
This
you
is
see-
like a prototype.
yeah. This
Yeah,
is
so-
something I'm working on. It's,
I
I
think
can't reveal any information about it, but
are we allowed to? Am I allowed to say that we would like to take a quilt and make it into a sweatshirt too?
yeah,
That's something
Yeah.
that we'd like want to do too? And this is kind of quilted fabric we found
So
too.
I had a problem with like taking a quilt and making it into a sweater. I tried a couple times and it was awful. The first one I made was like a 4XL, and it was like a big snuggie. It was, I mean, it's pretty comfy, but I took 2 different quilts and then, it was just practice. And I was just like, you know what? I want to make something that has the material already quilted, something that's stretchy, and I found it.
This was cross-hatched already.
Yes.
Someone asked if this is cross-hatched, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the new beginning sewing classes, I think it's supposed to rain this weekend, but we had big plans tomorrow to get a lot done. We're still going to try to get a lot done tomorrow. We're going to get a jump start on the new space. Can't wait to show it to you guys. We got it painted. We got Zach, our technician, moved in there. We're going to start getting cabinets set up, machines set up. So we'll do a little virtual tour soon, so you guys can be able to see the new space too. So let's head over to the Serger, and we can get started.
You know what I think we need? I think we need like a background music that we can put on while we're like shuffling through stuff or something.
You could sing.
You can sing.
Okay.
We can all harmonize.
Yeah, I'm
I
a
didn't.
better singer.
I got a sore
I'm
throat.
the better singer.
I'm the best singer. No, I'm kidding. I'm not that
All
great.
right. Okay.
So this is our Baby Lock Triumph. It's a cover stitch combination overlock machine. So overlock means it's going to finish off the edges for like the inside of your garment. The cover stitch is going to help you with hemming things. And the reason you want a serger is because when you make garments or put things together, things are going to stretch. So if you go to pull your shirt over your head, and if it's a straight stitch, those stitches are going to pop and it's not going to hold together. But these are designed to stretch so you can use any kind of fabric. There's a differential feed system is what they call this lever over here. There's 2 sets of feed dogs that run that they can move together, or they can move at different speeds to either gather the fabric, ruffle it, or if the fabric's stretching out, to kind of keep it together for you. Threading the machines are real easy. This is the card that comes with the Baby Lock Sergers. It tells you the exact it tells you the stitch that you want to do and all the settings that you have to set up to do it. The key to learning these machines is just taking what information is on this card, applying it to the machine, and you'll have a perfect stitch every time. Now, if your stitch doesn't turn out right with the Baby Lock Serger for some reason, it's just because something's not set up right. Chances are there's nothing wrong with the machine. All it is something's not set up right. Try rethreading it again, and I bet it'll work out. So I'm going to just unthread the machine. We clipped all the threads up here, so I'm going to open the doors. This is the new overlock table that Baby Lock has come out with. It allows you to do attachments on this base plate here and still use the cutter. So I'm just going to set that off to the side for now. We're going to lift our foot up, and we're going to take our threads and we're just going to pull them forward. And you're going to pull the needle thread forward here too. And then once the foot's up, you pull those forward. You can just pull these threads right out the back. So we have our machine cleared of our thread. We're going to set it up for the 4 thread overlock. What stitch? We're gonna work on something on your sweatshirt today, or we're just gonna?
We could show them how to do the cover. I'll show them what I did.
Okay.
If you can get a close up, PJ, I'll hold it still for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I just use the cover stitch to go over my seams. We have an open seam here on the side that we could do just to cover that up and give it a nicer look.
Because the cover stitch, normally you see the needle threads and you just see the top stitch, the 2 or 3 needles. But you can do a reverse so that the cross stitch that's underneath the serging stitch is on top for like a decorative look.
Should I show them where I messed up too?
Yeah, we show
So
everything.
my first time doing it, I was way off. I didn't cover it, but I tried going over it twice. So the next sweatshirt I do, I'll try to be perfect. But this one we could just play with.
So I'm going to set it up for, we'll put the gray in, I guess, here. We'll put the gray. So we're going to set it up just for the 4-thread overlock here. This is a standard stitch when we're seaming 2 pieces of fabric together. It involves 2 needle threads, 2 looper threads. It's a very secure stitch because the 2 needles link in those looper threads. So it's color coded here what to do to follow this through. So we need 2 needles. Overlock needle 1 and 2. I can see in our machine here we only have 1 needle in, so I'm going to get another needle.
This is a good shot of him getting the needles out.
So this, it's probably 90-14 in there. Yeah. The trays that open up, you open up to the side here and you can get your things out. And it opens from the bottom so that it doesn't affect your thread delivery. If it opened from the top and the thread moved over here, when it goes to feed into the machine, it would pull at a different tension and it wouldn't work well. So they've changed the design of this so it opens from the bottom. It used to open from the top. So they're always improving things with our machines. But this is a 90-14 needle, and we're going to use our screwdriver here. So a trick to getting your needles in place is if you take the foot off, there's a button on the back. You just hit that button, the foot's going to drop off. You can see where the needle is going to drop down in right here.
Okay,
So
hold on one second.
Sure.
Here we go.
So the needle is going to drop down. If you're not sure, there's 1 needle in. You can see, oh, it's going to drop down right there in that spot. This is the left needle, so it's going to drop down in the spot that's just to the left here. So if you take this needle and drop it down in, and then just come straight up, it goes right into the slot. And I can do that again here. So I've got my needle, and I'm going to take the needle, a flat spot to the back. You're going to just drop it down in the spot where it goes, and then just lift it straight up, and it just goes right in.
I think we got a good shot of that.
So when you put this screwdriver in, put it in and make sure it's seated in there to give it a little push in there, and then tighten that up. When you loosen those, you don't have to retighten them. There's a safety on there so the screw doesn't fall out, so you're ready to put that needle right back in. We'll put the foot back on here. We're going to start by threading the machine. So we need 4 threads. So we need an overlock needle 1 and overlock needle 2.
Hold on, let me switch over.
They are labeled overlock needle 1 and overlock needle 2.
Okay.
Got
it.
Upper looper and lower looper. What's in green is for overlock. What's in gold is for cover stitch. So all the stuff we're using is in green here. If we look at our chart, we're going to start and thread the machine up as it follows here through these slots. So we're going to get our machine ready for threading. Now, on the base of the machine right here, it tells us exactly what to do. So we're going to thread the machine. So we're threading. We're going to start with the loopers. So looper threading. We're going to raise the presser foot. Sure. So we're going to do that. There's our presser foot lift right there. We lifted it up. Engage threading lever to threading position. So we're going to do that. There's threading. Turn hand wheel to engage threading tubes. So you always turn your hand wheel towards you. And just turn that to feel it lock in place. There, it locked. And then you're going to insert a 1/2 inch into the threading port. So we're going to start with this yellow thread here. This is the upper looper. So it's going to come from here into your thread stand. The diagram shows us that it's in this second slot right here. So this thread guide up here, you're going to snap it down in. So you just snap down in, and it doesn't come out now. It's snapped in, and you're just going to come straight down behind the thread guide here and pull about 18 inches. You need enough thread for it to go through all the tubes. If you need a clean end, you can go ahead and snip yourself a clean end here. So this one goes in the upper. That one goes in. Hit this button, and there it comes right out our upper looper.
Wow.
Pretty amazing.
You
You can thread them in any order. It doesn't matter what order you thread them in. Some sergers are particular about order which you thread them in. And then, let's see, this is the lower looper. So we're going to go right up to the, and you always use the thread guide that's right above the cone that you're working with. So this one's going to go in this far right slot here. So we're going to snap this down in, come straight down, pull about 18 inches. You're going to take that and just bump it down in that port there. Just put it in a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, and you're going to hit the button, and it's going to come out right here. And there it is. So this thread, you're going to just cut to the length of the machine and let it hang there. And it's perfectly fine right there. We have 2 needle threads to do now. So it's the green one and the red one on our chart. I'm going to start with the right needle, overlock needle 2. I'm going to go there, snap down, straight down. There's a thread guide here you want to catch. There's a thread guide here you want to catch. You go under this white little arm and just go up and over, just like that. Take that thread and just cut it to about the length of the machine right there. I like to thread the needles one at a time, so I'm going to go ahead and get this one threaded up. So I'm going to lower the foot, just gives me a little more space right here to see. We're going to engage our threader. Now this machine has air threading for the loopers and the needles. So you push this down, it engages it in place. You got to make sure this is an overlock and not chain covers, because it's going to pump the air through the different sets of needles. So we're on overlock, so we have it there. You're just going to take that thread, hold it right down by the eye of the needle, and it just sucks it in. Take this lever, push it up, and you can see the thread, it's back there, it's threaded, so it's ready to go. We're going to lift our foot up, and we're going to do overlock needle 1 now.
It's like magic.
It is like magic. There is a thick red, like, thread that we use for demonstrations. It might be in this drawer, or it might be down around the Serger's tummy. It's like an 8-weight thread.
Over there? In the corner?
It's almost like a cording. I want to show them that too. See if it's in this drawer right here.
That might be it.
Let's see.
Let's see if it's in this drawer.
It's a maxi lock?
No, it's real thick. Real thick. It's almost like cord. I know right where it is downstairs, but we'll
You want to send me on a mission?
yeah, go for it, Tommy. See what you find down there.
Up in front of you guys.
It's a
Take your bike
small
off.
spool like this, and it's like an 8. Feels like an 8-weight.
Small
So we're
spool, 8-weight.
we're in overlock needle 1, and we're gonna put this in the slot here, straight down, behind this thread guide, underneath this, up and over. You're gonna pull and cut it to about the length of the machine. The reason we cut it to the length of the machine is because if you have like all this thread, you're trying to like get through the eye of the needle, you have like all this thread to pull through. But if you just only have this much to pull through, it's real easy. It's nothing's gonna get caught or tangled on you. So I'm gonna lower the foot to have room there around my needles. We're gonna engage the threader there. We're just gonna take that thread and we're just gonna hold it down by the eye of the needle. There was an open one and a little spool. We can use that though if we
You want to razzle the dazzle them?
that's fine. Yep. Yeah, this will work. Yep. I think it was on that like shelf that's to the right of the Sergers on one of those baskets up there. Let's see. Let's try this needle again. There we go. And there it is. So there, and it kind of attaches right up there. So just pull that through, and you don't really have to worry about where the threads are. As long as these top threads are kind of out the back there, and this looper thread is down here, it doesn't matter whether they're inside or outside, the machine's gonna kind of work that out for you. We always run like a little test sew off on whatever we do before we do our first part of our project. So we're gonna run just a little sample off here on something. So we're all threaded. We just have to finish looking at our chart and see what it tells us to do here. So there's a length that we have to do, and its length, it's giving us 2.5 to 4.0. And the knob here, this is our length knob. Think of the lower knob length, LL. So you want that to say 2.5 to 3, so I'm gonna put it about right there. The next box over here is our width, and it's giving us 6.5 to 7.5. So this is our width control. This is our blade. If you watch the blade here, when I turn this, you can see the blade's gonna move in.
Let me get a second to zoom in. Okay,
Sure.
here you go.
So here's our blade. And as I turn this, the blade's gonna move in and out. So there it's moving out, and there it moves it in. So that's our width control there. And it says 6.5. So there's 6.5, there's 7.5. So I'm gonna go right in the middle, say 7. The next thing on the chart is stitch selector A. That's what tells us the machine how to handle the tensions. So that's right here. So just put that all the way up to A. We're not going to worry about the overlock. It's an overlock here, and then chain needle, chain looper tension. Not going to worry about that. Our blade position is up, and so we're all set with our settings there. So we can close everything up and give it a test sew here. I'm going to put our overlock table back on here. Any questions so far? Everyone doing okay out there?
I think they're doing okay.
I know you guys have probably seen this like over and over again, so I hope we're not like boring you to. But I feel like it's good to see, and we have a lot of new customers who've just gotten Sergers. So I think it's good for everyone to kind of see this. So let's go back to serging here. Now what's neat is if you go to close this door and it won't close, it's just simply because you haven't moved that back to serging yet. So the machine helps you out that way. So we can close that up. The machine, this card doesn't tell you what to do with the differential feed. Most of the time, the differential feed is going to be on neutral on the end here. So an easy way to find that is to go all the way down with 2 clicks up. So all the way down, 2 clicks up is neutral. So let's run a little test sew here. And then if you have the foot up and you hit the foot control, I gotta do a different foot control. This one's not gonna work. I'll steal this one.
Is it just not working for you here? You're welcome.
Okay. So if you go to step on the foot control, the machine's not going to work because the foot's up. So it's not going to let you sew with the foot up. That's really nice. I'm going to go and put the foot down. And if there's feed dogs right up here underneath the foot, if you just put your fabric right up here, it's going to catch that fabric and pull it in for you. There is a cutter up here for you to cut your threads, and there's just a perfect balanced 4-thread overlock. It looks as good on the top as it does on the back. There's no extra loops hanging off the edge there or anything, so it's just a perfect stitch for us. Now the thing with the baby lock sergers is there's no tensions to figure out. So if you're going to use a thicker cording thread like this, and it'll just figure out the tensions perfectly. We'll come back to that. Oh, I can use this one here. I just want to replace one of the threads to show you that any thread will work, even if they aren't the same weight. So your needle threads are always going to be the same thickness of threads that can pass through the eye of the needle. You're not going to be able to put this type of thread through the eye of the needle. It's just too thick. But the loopers are the chance you get to play with some thicker threads. So if we use this thread here, So you can just change out one thread. If all the settings are going to be the same, we're just going to change it out. And if I look at my picture here, that our yellow thread is going to be on top. That's our upper looper, and that's what's yellow here. This is the top of our fabric. This is the back of our fabric. So I'm going to put it in the upper looper. So what I'm going to do is we're going to open our doors. We're going to lift our foot up. I'm going to clip the upper looper thread. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to take this little cone piece off because it doesn't work well when you're using these kinds of spools. It's going to get caught underneath here. So put that down. We need to get rid of this upper looper thread here. So this is our upper looper. Our foot is up. I'm just going to pull that thread forward. And then this is our upper looper here. And that upper looper thread comes out right there. And I can see it. So it's right here. So I'm just going to grab that thread right here. Is that upper looper thread?
Okay, there it is.
So I'm just going to grab that thread and just pull it out the back. So now it's cleared out of the machine. And we can give our upper looper a rethread. So we're going to go down to threading. We're going to turn our hand wheel till it clicks. We're going to take this upper looper thread. And this is thick, it's almost like cording.
It's like a rope.
We're going to snap it down, come straight down. Oops. Snaps down, straight down. Pull at 19 inches. You're going to give yourself a clean end to help you here. If this doesn't go through for you, then you can create a thread carriage. But we're going to try it this way first, and I can explain what a thread carriage is. Make sure it's not going to get caught on anything. There, it came right out. So there's the thread there. So we're just going to pull that out of the back. Now, if it didn't come out, if it didn't go through for you, if it's too thick or something, you're going to create a thread carriage. So you're just going to take a string of thread here, long enough to go through the machine. And I've got a loop down here, and I've got the two loose ends up here, and I'm just going to clip them. And what you're going to do is you're going to take these two pieces here, you're going to put those down in your port. You're going to take your thick thread and put it through that loop, and then feed this through, and you're going to take those two pieces and pull it through like a little thread carriage, like it's a, like a thread carriage, I guess they call it. But it's just a way to get these through. So these will go through. You can take this, loop your other thick thread through there, and just pull it right through. So let's turn this back to Serger, close up our doors, and let's run this again. So,
Any questions? Nope. No questions.
so there's our 4-thread overlock thread with just the regular thread, and let's test it again here with
Steve, could you do something like this on the Evolution?
yes, yep,
And the tension will still be fine.
tension will just be fine. Yep, it's just fine on the Evolution too. So just a single thickness of fabric here, and we're going to run this through, and we're going to see how this turns out. So we're going to drop the foot down, and you always want to cut something off. You don't have to cut a lot off, you just want to cut something off. So
got caught.
I can already tell something's not right there, so let's just turn this way.
Oh, it's pulling up. I think
So
it got caught around the
It's
bottom.
getting caught. Yep. So
Thread net, right?
there
Would that work?
is a thread net helps, and let's try it that way. See if we can get this to go. So I'm going to lift my foot up here. See if I can just pull this. Give these some slack here. Let's try it again. So thread delivery, how the thread is feeding into the machine is important because you need the thread to be fed through smoothly, or the tension's not going to be right. So let's try it again here with this. Let's see how we did. Because I could, when it was stitching, I could tell that's not right. So
Nope.
that's not what we're going for. So let's try it again here. So let's put our foot down. We'll turn this off. Oops. And that sometimes can happen with those new spools of thread. That just the way they're attached might need. So if I lay these down, you can see the 4 thread overlock is just as clean, and this is just as clean and perfectly balanced, both the front and the back. And it doesn't matter what thickness thread you put in, and it can just be in one of the loopers, and it automatically figures out the tensions for you with no adjustments. I don't think you can get any better than that. So
I think I know what I want to do on my next
you do?
sweatshirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Tommy's
Getting
getting ideas.
If you guys are getting ideas too.
So
That's really cool.
the machine also does a beautiful rolled edge with a single needle. Do we want to see the rolled edge? What else do we want to go into? I wanted to show you the difference that. I had a couple of notes here.
And this is
where's-
the. What do you have anything to say about the Triumph? Like, we can like put it in the bubble.
Yeah, there's some like home deck fabric I cut up in squares on Natalia's table right over there. I was going to show them that it can sew through thick stuff as well. So we have a Triumph bundle right now. It's going to include a brand new Triumph in the box. It also includes the 29-piece foot kit, this overlock table, the extension table with a big clear acrylic extension table that goes around it, the inspirational guide, which is a workbook written by the sewers from Baby Luck to help with the different stitches and techniques, the wheeled trolley, online classes. There might be something else. I have a whole paper on, but if you're interested in it, we have a really nice deal on it. And then if you have thicker, like home deck fabric, this is pretty thick fabric here. I think they're on my desk too.
Okay.
It'll sew through this thicker stuff as well. So let's see here. Oh, there it is. So you have the brand new Serger in the box, the 29-piece foot kit, the inspirational guide, the wheeled trolley, the overlock table, the extension table, and then access to some online classes too. So this is a thicker home deck fabric, and it'll sew right through this. And if you have, if you're going from a single layer to a double layer of that, it'll go right through as well.
No problem.
Transition right from the single layer to the double layer.
Wow.
You can go through like how many layers of fabric you think, like the thickness.
This is, I mean, like this is pretty thick.
That's
This
really
is
thick,
pretty
yeah.
thick, and I think 2 layers is all you'd ever be putting together with this kind of thing. But it's a nice, so I think like pillows and home deck stuff like that, you can really use your serger with that. People even piece their quilts with sergers. Let's go to a rolled edge real quick, or we can even show the rolled edge on the Acclaim because it's
Yeah.
very similar. So the Triumph is a combination machine. Now some people don't want a combination machine, or they just want a traditional serger that just does overlock stitching. And the Acclaim is one of my favorites. It's a new machine that just came out maybe a year or 2 ago. It has air threading for both the loopers and the needles. And these are the only 2 machines in the lineup that have the air threading for the loopers and both the needles. With this machine, you let's lift this up here. This one does the wave stitch, but one of the things I like is you have all this space here. Like this is a lot of space to get your hands in. I have pretty big hands to get under here. This one, some of the other sergers, the opening right here is real small. You only have about maybe an inch. This has like a 3-inch opening here, so you can have some throat space to pass things through. But this space here, the lighting, the bigger stance of the machine, and then the extension table that fits on the Triumph also fits on the Acclaim. So we have a bundle with the Acclaim as well that you'll get the foot kit, the extension table, a pack of Class A needles for the Serger, and the inspirational guide, and I think that's it on this one. But you get that we have that bundle available now for the Acclaim. So we're going to just start by unthreading the machine, and we're going to set it up for the 3-thread rolled edge. It makes a beautiful rolled edge. This is the Triumph card, but I think we're still going to be able to use it for this machine. I didn't bring the other one up, so let's just let's go for it here. So 3-thread, 1 needle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift our foot. I'm going to take our looper threads. We got to clip them up there first. Let's clip our threads.
Use the scissors.
Let's clip everything up here. And I could have probably left some of those, but I feel like it's so easy to thread. It doesn't take that long. You might as well just make sure it's right. So I'm going to pull those forward. Take your 2 needle threads, we're going to pull those forward. You're going to take these and just pull them out the back.
So I noticed a problem like pulling out the thread like this. I was having trouble with. Like, is there any tips of like how, like, if you feel it like snag or
If you
something?
feel it, you can turn the hand wheel while you're pulling it out, and it'll help. Because you can't just pull the thread out of a serger like you can your sewing machine. When you lift your foot up on the sewing machine, you can pull those threads right out. This is threads that go back and forth over each other. So as you turn the handle, as you pull, it'll help move the thread along.
Okay.
So we're going to take 1 needle out. So I'm just going to get our needles up so they're in the highest position there. We're going to take our left needle out here. So I'm just going to hold on to that needle, put it in our left slot. Make sure that's seated in there nice. Give that a loosen. You don't have to tighten it back out. Just drop that screw or drop that needle out, and then put it right up here in this handy dandy little magnetic tray. I think that's the greatest thing because you're going to use that needle. Again, you're going to put it right back in when you go to a different stitch, so it's a handy place for it to sit there. And if you ever drop a needle on the Baby Lock Sergers, they have a special catch for the serger for the needles. So down here is this little. You grab this little door here, you pull that straight out, and look, there is a magnet
Did you know
to
about
catch the needle.
I did not know about the magnet.
So
That's pretty cool.
that? And it works, right?
yep, if you
Yeah.
drop a needle, the magnets, it's going to get hit by the magnet and it's going to stick to right there, so it's not going to get caught in the machine. And then to put that back on, the only way I really know is to tilt the serger back and just slide it right back in there. There it goes. So we're going to set it up for the 3-thread rolled edge. So we're going to open our doors. We're going to lift our foot up. This machine tells us right on the base of the machine here how to thread it as well. So we're going to go down to threading. We're going to go ahead and turn our hand wheel towards us till it locks. We're going to use everything except for this left needle. So I'm just going to take that off so we don't get confused. I'm going to start with our upper looper here. So we're going to take this one. We're going to snap it down into this thread guide, come straight down. Behind this thread guide, pull about 18 inches. You're going to take this and you're going to put it right down in the upper looper spots. So just bump it down in and press our button. There it pops out. This one can just go right out the back of the machine there. We're going to do our lower looper. Snap that down, come straight down. Pull this. Going to take that tail, tuck it in the lower looper port, just bump it in there, and it comes right out here. Now remember this one, you cut to the length of the machine and leave it hang right there. So our loopers are already threaded. Next we have to do our needles, or just our single needles. So we're going to take our right needle, and the card shows us it's going to go in this slot right here. Sometimes you have to jump a thread guide depending on what stitch you're doing, but the chart's going to show you that. So we snapped it in, come straight down. there are 2 thread guides underneath that white arm, up and over. And this one, again, you're just going to cut to about the length of the machine and leave it hang right there. I'm going to drop our foot down to give us more room. You're going to engage your needle threader the same way. It just comes down in place. You're going to take that thread, hold it right by the eye of the needle, and it just sucks it in. Just push that lever back up, the pumper will stop, and there's our needle threaded. There's 3 different modes for the needle threader, for the suction, how it works. There's one where you press on it and it'll run for so many seconds until you push that up. There's one that'll only work when you press the button. So there's different modes to how that needle, because this one works different than this one does. And how to change that on your Triumph and your Acclaim. So I think if we turn the machine off, press and hold our button here to thread our needles and just turn it on. Now when we go to thread our needles, so it just pumps like that. Let's try it again. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to turn this off, press and hold. I'm going to turn it on. Let's engage this. See, it just only works now when you press the button. So depending on what mode you like, I think there's 3 modes. So let's try it one more time. So we're going to turn it off. I'm going to press in this button, turn it on, engage our needle threader. So the other one, you couldn't turn it off with the button. It just ran for so many seconds and then shut off. If you push this up, it would go off. The mode we're in now is you can press it goes on, and you can press it and it turns off. So those are the 3 different modes.
That's cool. Very cool.
But let's see. Oh, let's try this stitch out here. So we have a couple of more things to read on the card here. A length. So it's 7.75 to 4. So it gives you a wide range of the length of the stitch. But the thing that you have to look for is that little R that's at the end of the numbers. That tells us that we want to move our length knob from the standard size to the rolled hem side. So you have to go through the 0. So go to the 0 and go through the 0. And if you watch right here, let me take the foot off, maybe you can see. There's a stitch finger that moves out of the way when you do this. So right here's our stitch finger.
Okay, hold on.
Stitch finger is right here.
Okay.
And when I go to the rolled edge, you see it come out right there, back in?
Yep.
That's how our rolled edge is done. So if you pull that down, it brings our stitch finger down. And 0.75 is that very first click into it. So if you're in the 0, it's kind of loose. First click in is at 0.75. When you're doing a nice tight rolled edge, that first click in or the second click makes a really nice rolled edge. So I'm going to do the first click in. The next thing is 3.5. And there's 2 numbers on this dial. There's a 6.5 and a 4. There's a 6 and 3.5. And why that is because when you're working with 2 needles, it's going to read the higher value because it's reading from the left needle to the blade. So it's 6 millimeters from the left needle to the blade. When you only have 1 needle in and the right needle, it's a shorter distance, so it's 3.5 millimeters from the needle to the blade. That's why there's 2 numbers. Not that it really matters or anything. You're just kind of putting it on. But if you're one of those people that wants to know why things are the way they are, then that's why there's 2 numbers here. It's because there's 2 different needles, and those are millimeters from the needle to the blade. So let's put this on 3.5.
You keep saying you need to use your vacuum to clean this machine.
Oh yes. Well, that excitement I will save for later, I guess. But yes, you are right. There's we definitely and that's the nice thing about the machines. They don't need oiled. You just blow them out, brush them out, and they're ready to go. So we're gonna put our foot back on here. Just drops down on. I got a thread caught there. Okay, we'll lift that up, and now we can do a rolled edge on this.
What would you use a rolled edge for?
Napkins, edge of napkins to finish off maybe a tablecloth, edge of a silk scarf. You can use a rolled edge. It just gives a really nice clean finish to it. So let's close our doors. You need to put this back to serging. We need to finish out the card though too. We got to do the D. That's the other thing we got to switch it to. So stitch selector D, and that's right there. So let's give this a stitch. Now it's a real short stitch length, so it's going to feed slower than what you would normally feel because it's such a short stitch length. So.
Well, maybe you have to zoom in really far on this one.
So small.
Let's see.
So it just takes that fabric, it rolls it edge, and just encases that edge. And that's why you want like a nice tight stitch on this. Now, this looks great. If you used Maxi Lock stretch thread in that upper looper, it would look even more polished as a stitch because that Maxi Lock stretch thread, when it relaxes, it just puffs up a little bit and fills in any of those spaces. That's why the wave stitch looks so great on with that Maxi Lock stretch thread as well. So rolled edge, and that's the 0.75 length. So, but this one does the wave stitch as well. And I really like this. This is a claim when it came out. The other thing is that the presser foot lift is on the right hand side here. It makes it easier rather than trying to go behind the machine. You can keep your hands out in front of the machine while you're working. So
Is there anything that you oil up for maintenance on these
nope,
machines?
there's nothing to oil. Nothing to oil on these. Yep. So
All right. Thank you, Steve. That was a good.
let's see what else is on my list. Yep. Okay. That's good on this. Yeah.
All right.
What else do we want to look? The accomplished, right? We want to look at the accomplished a little bit.
Yeah.
And the reason why I wanted to bring out the accomplished to show you guys is because this machine can use your serger attachments, and it's the only machine that can use the serger attachments in a straight stitch format. So you can apply the attachments that you may already have from your serger in that foot kit and use them on a machine that's going to give you a straight stitch as opposed to a serger stitch. So
One quick question: how often do you need to service the serger machines?
So, depends how much you use them. But as long as you keep them blown out and cleaned out, they, I would say, a year or two before your first service, at least, just for cleaning and things like that. They don't need service. Some people never bring their serger in there's people that run like businesses with these that they'll make like children's clothing or stuff like that. We have several customers that have a small business that they run theirs every day, all day, and they only bring it in when they have a problem because they hit like a pin or something like that with it. So they never bring them in for service, and they just keep running them, and they have a backup machine to run, and it's sometimes it's not a baby lock, and they are so happy to get their baby lock serger back when they're using the backup machine that's not a baby lock. So if you're a person that likes to get them serviced often, you can bring them in for cleanings and things like that. There isn't much to adjust or tune up on them, but really just use it until you have a problem. If you're just using it as just as regular, general use at home and stuff like that, I feel like you could just use it until something's not right, then you can bring it in for service and stuff. So on this machine, this is the foot kit for the Triumph. And I wanted to compile a list of all the attachments that are in your 29-piece foot kit that can work on the Accomplish. So the Accomplish is not plugged in. We will get a power cord here. I think I'll just steal this
Here,
one.
I
from
got
up
you.
here.
I have one plugged in right down there.
Right down there. Oh, let's see. I'll steal this one here.
Oh, you don't even have
I
a.
don't even have. I have nothing. There we go. There. So now we're plugged in. the Accomplish 2 added this plate down here that you can attach these attachments to. And I can show you a couple of the attachments, but I kind of wanted to just glance through our foot kit and see which ones would actually work. So this is the foot kit for the Triumph. And what you can do at home is you can take the bag and you can set it off to the side. You just pull these layers out, and now it lays flat and nice on the table, so you're not fighting with the bag. So just take it out of the bag, put the bag to the side, and you can kind of look through here and see what's going to work for you. So in your foot kit, these feet are all feet to fit the Serger. So these aren't going to necessarily work as attachments on the Accomplish. Next page here, these belt loop binders. Now these will fit, I feel like these will fit on the machine, but I don't know if the stitch is right. I want to play with these first before I say that those will work. But if we get over to this section of this 28 millimeter double fold bias binder, that's a attachment that's definitely going to work on the Accomplish 2, as well as the 36 millimeter double fold bias binder. We're probably going to look at this one today. Then there's the single fold and the single fold in both the 28 and the 40 millimeter. Those attachments work on this machine as well. You have your plain hammers. You have the 1/4 inch plain hammer. You have your 1/2 inch plain hammer. Both of those attachments are going to work on this machine, as well as these down here. The 1/4 inch single downturn feller, the 5/8 single downturn feller, and the 1 inch downturn feller.
Feller? What's a feller?
It just turns the fabric down, and it's able to stitch it down. So I'm not sure what the feller. It fell over and got stitched down. So it's a feller.
Look at that feller over there.
Look at that feller.
So this whole section works on the machine, and then these are machines that fit directly on. But the other item that's going to work is this fabric guide. The fabric guide is a very nice attachment, and it fits on here as well. So the Accomplish 2 comes with these screws that fit into this attachment here. But before we start to attach something to this, I wanted to show you guys what it can sew through. So this is just our fake leather here, and I'm going to put the master shank on this machine. This allows you to use snap-on feet on this machine from your other baby lift machines. And there it is. I was going to say there's not one in here. Sometimes that happens. So there it is. So we're going to take that one and we're going to attach it to the machine. This is one of my, I really like the Accomplish as a machine. It used to be known as the Jane, and then it was the Accomplish. Now it's the Accomplish 2. It's just a really solid, straight stitch machine.
You want to show them on
Oh
this?
yeah.
So that is like raw leather.
Reach through your phone and feel this. Feel how thick this
Like
is.
just
Yeah.
like you
I
can
gotta,
hear it.
I gotta make sure I have the. Can you get me a new needle too? I probably need a leather needle probably.
Okay, leather needle.
Yep. So I'm using this screwdriver here. These are made from Creative Notions. The screwdriver is built down in. It just fits over the end here, and it stays on. Just gives you a place to turn and to take the foot off. So I'm going to take the foot off here, lift this off, and let's see. I'm going to take the feet for this machine. The ankles are attached directly to the feet, so that's why we're going to take the whole ankle off. And we're going to put our master shank on. So to put the feet on, the easiest thing to do is to get the new foot underneath here. I think I need to loosen that up a little bit more. Get the new foot underneath here. Is my hand in the way there?
Let me see. Let's take a second to just adjust here. There you go. Okay, you're good there.
Put the new foot on, put the foot down, and then tighten it up, because it'll kind of sit in place for you. There we go. So Tommy's gonna put us to the ultimate test here with our with this machine with this thick piece of leather. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a leather needle in. Let's unthread our needle here. Let's loosen our needle. Let's use this one. I'm using the Eleanor table. This is a height adjustable table, and for a machine like this, it really works great for, because you can drop it down in. See, I dropped the machine down in, and I just used a wool mat to go underneath it, and it just levels this sewing surface for us. This machine does come with an extension table.
Can you put the table in the bubble?
And these came out at Quilt Market. These Eleanor tables did, and they introduced them. And I believe the sale price was either like $1,200 or $1,300. Well, for the month of January, so we still have some days left in January here. The height adjustable table delivered to the lower 48 states for $7.99. So that's a pretty good deal for this. So it's a nice work table for sewing. This part drops down in to fit like a medium-sized machine. The bigger Solaris isn't going to fit down in this opening, but it would fit up on top. And then this goes down, all the way down to 28 inches down. So if you're down here and you want to sew, you can fit right in. There's still enough room for your legs to go under. I kind of like to sit up, so I'm going to go up a little higher, and you can just this right to where you want it to be for you. And if your machine's sitting up on top, it's going to be a little bit higher, so you might want to bring it down a little bit. So it's nice to be able to adjust that. The other thing that's nice is that the top of this fits one of those standard size cutting mats. So this standard size cutting mat that most of us have at home, this, what is it, 36 by 24 by 36, it fits on here perfectly. So it's the right width this way, and it fits across this way, so you can raise it up to be a cutting table for you too. Because you don't cut fabric when it's too low. You kill your back. Raise that up. So there's a cutting table back there, so you can raise this up to cutting table height. Okay, so there's cutting table height. Now if you're taller and you want to go higher, you can go higher than cutting table height. You can go up to bar height, and then you can go up to nose tip height, I think. It might go up to my nose, so let's see how high it'll go.
Your foot pedal might not even reach the floor.
So this is the highest position, and it's still a sturdy table and stuff. So it's easy to put together. When I was impressed with the build of it when I was put this one together. So it goes up to surgery height or something.
Steve
I don't
is
know.
6 foot, so put that into perspective.
It goes
That's
back
pretty
down.
high up for a
You
table.
get some snacks, you could just shovel them into your mouth.
Yes.
Pour your chips on the table.
This part here on this side, it does come on and off, so you can take that part off, or you can slide it in for more space if you don't have room for that. So that's the part that goes on. But for $7.99, I think it's a really nice table. It ships straight to your house from the manufacturer. So if you're looking for a little sewing table for a machine or something, this is a nice one. We're actually going to put some of these over in our new space. We're going to have a couple of these over there so people can see them and things. So we're going to come back down to our regular height here. So we're going to put, let's put this in the bubble. This is a really nice foot set from Baby Lock. Now, normally a foot costs $15 to $20. This whole set is $27.88. So we have it on a special deal, $27.88 for the Baby Lock 12-foot kit. These are all snap-on feet. They fit on all Baby Lock's machines. They come in this nice little carrying case here, and we're going to pull out the Teflon foot to sew through this because it needs to slide freely through this. So we're going to use the Teflon foot, but this comes with the open toe. There's a 7 cording, there's the roller foot, a 1/4 inch piecing foot, there's a blind zipper, there's a bi-level foot, there's a gathering foot. I don't know what that foot is. I'm not sure what this one is either, or this one. This is this tells us a braiding foot. There's so many feet in this, you won't even know what to do with them all. Pin tuck foot, edge joining foot, double cording foot. Oh, that's neat. It comes with a double cording foot.
Steve, quick question about the table.
Yeah.
Will the Sergers fit on this table?
It does. They do. The Triumph fits in here, as well as the Acclaim. Yep. I put the Triumph right in there. This part here, it goes up so it's flush, or it can go down further. So there's like one, two, three, four, 5 adjustments for height-wise this way. This one didn't match right at the height that I wanted it to, so that's why I found, hey, I got a wool pad. I'll just put the wool pad under there, and now it works for me for this time the height of the table. So we're going to use our Teflon foot out of this foot kit. If you're anything like us, something this small, we could be under the cabinet and it could be gone forever. So it's nice to have a nice little set of feet here.
You got a place to put them.
Place to put them, and for only $27.88, that's a special deal we got on those. So there's this. This is a foot that just snaps right on. So you're gonna lower this down, and it snaps right on like a normal foot. There. We're gonna go ahead and take our leather needle and put our leather needle in.
Oh gosh, I'm nervous. Are you going through?
I'm
Are you
nervous.
gonna go through? I would save this for last, just in case.
We're doing it first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, you have
Yeah.
that much faith
we do.
in the
Yep.
accomplished too.
We do. So this machine, the needle is in sideways. It's not straight up towards you. So you're going to turn it, and the flat spot goes to the right.
Maybe I better get a good angle of that.
So instead of the flat spot being in the back, the flat spot is on the right hand side.
Okay.
So we're going to tighten this up here. Threading this machine, it threads like a traditional sewing machine does. So let's pull this back here. We'll call it right there. So thread this one up. You're going to extend your thread stand. This thread stand is built in, so you can use the taller cones with this as well, or you can use the spools just straight up and down. You're going to go up to the thread guide right above that. You're going to go into this. Let's clip this. I'm going to go into this thread guide, and you're just going to go through these. It just makes the thread relax as it gets fed into the machine by doing that. So you're going to lift the foot up. You're going to take the thread through this thread guide as it comes down. You're going to go in between the tension discs. You're going to catch that check spring. You're going to go under the dog leg here. You're going to go straight up through the take-up lever. Once you get past that, you can go ahead and put the foot down, and that's how the check spring's supposed to work. You can come straight down here. There's a thread guide right here, and then there's a thread guide right above the needle. Now, I'm going to hit the scissor button. It's just going to reset the machine for the needle to be in it's the correct height for the needle threader. So how this needle threader works is you're going to, once you get it all threaded through there, you're going to put the foot down. You're going to take that thread and you're going to pull it, put some tension on it and pull it towards you. You're going to take this needle threader down so that this black part that comes down is going to sit on top of the thread right there. So it sits on top of the thread. You're going to turn the needle threader to the left, and you're going to take that thread and you're going to go in between those two pieces right there.
Oh, hold on. Okay.
And you're
Right
just
there,
going to
yep.
pull it back. Oh, I missed it. So we'll do it again here.
Good.
So we're going to take this down, hold it towards you, engage the needle threader straight down. You're going to turn it to the right. You're going to take that thread, and you're going to go in between there and just pull that back. Oh, I missed it again. Let's try it again. Try to get my head out of the way.
Hand in the way now.
Hand
but
in the way now?
Yeah, I can try it one more time.
Okay,
Well,
let's do this. I'm going to get rid of some of this, so it's not so much.
no, my head's in the way there.
Oops, sorry. Okay, yeah, it's definitely in there, so I must not be doing it right. So we're gonna go like this, turn it towards there, turn it to the left, I go in there. There, I felt it pull. There, it created that loop. The book walks you through the steps of it, but it's just a needle threader that once you get like the hang of how this one threads it, you'll have success with it too. So let's give this a go. So let's on the right hand side here is your controls. So it's a straight stitch machine, and that might sound like a lot, but you can do a lot with a straight stitch. I actually have the Accomplish at home. That's why I like it. So stitch length, top stitching, you usually do like a 3 mm, but it goes all the way down to 1, clear up to a 7, a really long basting stitch. So if you need a really long basting stitch, we're going to put it on 3. This button here indicates whether or not it stops needle down. So that light on means it's going to stop needle down. You have your scissor trim button. Press that and it'll trim our threads for us. And then you have a feed dog here. There's 4 levels of feed dogs. There's the far left one, which means no feed dogs for free motion quilting. The red is our pin feed system. The pin feed system is amazing for piecing because what happens is when the feed dogs come up, there's a little pin, a little needle that shoots up through both layers of the fabric, holds them in place, and moves them along. So the pin feed will not allow the layers of fabric to shift. So if you're trying to piece, it's great for pin feed. The blue is if you're using a lightweight thread, you don't need the feed dogs fully on it. This I'm going to do green for the full feed dogs, and this is your pressure foot pressure adjustment. And the colors here, the red, the blue, and the green, correlate to what's over here. These is as far as the pressure that goes on here. So let's give this leather a try here. So we're going to put this underneath our foot. I'm going to drop our foot down. Oh, that's going. Yeah, let's see. This is thick.
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous too.
Oh my gosh.
No problem.
Yeah. No problem. And this is like
It's like a coaster.
This is like high. This is like
Oh yeah, that is the
this is
legit
like-
stuff.
and
I
it's-
got it from like Springfield Leather or something.
I mean
It's veggie tan leather. It's like over a 1/4 inch thick.
yeah.
That just shows, if you're making a bag or something, you can go through some pretty thick material.
Stitch baseball gloves up.
Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
You make a
So-
baseball.
So that's pretty impressive. It'll sew through that thickness. I was going to pull out this wimpy vegan leather and
Yeah,
try
we
to be
needed the
impressive
real
with this.
stuff.
And
Yeah.
that's good. This is but even like this vegan leather here, if we do this, sometimes you're going to have 2 layers, 3 layers. So let's try. There's going to be 3 layers that we want to top stitch down here or something with this. Let's give this a try. So top stitch is really nice. Let's do this other side here.
I'm gonna go grab something.
Bag makers love this machine because you can just sew. You get a really nice top stitch. You get that top stitching is usually done at 3 mm, and that's what we like. This purse here, Carol made
Wow.
this purse on her new Accomplish that she took home.
This is like a baseball glove.
And it's got leather in here. There's all the different layers. She made our straps here as well. And she brought this into work today to show it. And I think this is her actual purse. I feel like there's stuff in here. So she's probably got money in here. But handmade, and she put the zippers in and everything. Really beautiful top stitching. So things like this can definitely be accomplished
Did you
through.
steal a lady's purse?
I did. I stole a lady's purse. Yep. And so this is. I just wanted to show you guys because I was pretty impressed with her when she brought this in. So we will give her purse back. So there's this. Thank you.
Okay.
There is money in there, and
Is-
my lipstick.
Hey, there's Carol. Yes, so her lipstick and money's in there. Thank you. Yep.
Thank you.
So she's probably waiting for that purse to go home.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to just kind of?
Are we okay, wrap it up? Is that what you're saying? Yeah,
I
we
think
can
so,
do that.
yeah.
Sure. So the Accomplish 2, it's a machine that it's free shipping. We can ship it right to you. It's on sale for $11.99. There's a few products that we went through today that maybe we can show you quickly, and then I think that'll be it for today. So we can go
Okay.
back up here. Yeah. So. Is there anyone still watching out there? Oh, good. There's still people here. So what are we gonna let's start with first? So so we have the Triumph with the special that's going on for that. The Acclaim, we have a special going on with that, as well as the Accomplish by me that you guys just saw. So if you guys are interested in any of the machines or any Baby Lock machine, we can put together a bundle that's just for you. And how heavyweight thread can the upper cut? As long as thick as that, it will go through the eye of the needle. So if you do a top stitch needle, which has a pretty big opening, a pretty big eye, you can probably go down to a 20 or 30 weight thread, and it'll accommodate that thread for you with those thread guides. So, but the Accomplish or any of the machines, any Baby Lock machine, we can put something together special for you and give you a really good deal on it. So,
So there was some confusion about the instructions for this.
okay,
Do you have your phone on you?
I do. Oh no, I don't. It's
Well,
there.
oh, there it is.
If you guys see this,
That's cool.
Do it again.
Where's my button? Over here. There it is.
they're Legos. Isn't that the coolest thing? So it comes in about 10,000 pieces or something like that, or maybe 1,000 pieces, and you get to build and put this together. So the other evening, one evening I sat down, I helped build the base, and then I brought it back in, and I didn't get it finished, and PJ put a few pieces and put some together, and then one evening I sat down and just put it all together. So if you have anybody who likes Legos, I know my nephews love Legos. I sent them a picture of me work on this, and they didn't know that Uncle Steve liked Legos. And we can these are from Sally Tomato was the one who brings this to us. So we definitely have more coming for this.
Okay.
But it's just a cute little thing to set in your room. It'd be something fun to build with someone together. Is this little sewing machine thing, and it went together really easy. And the pieces, like, it's amazing all the pieces that went into this for it to turn into a sewing machine. And I was thinking, like, I'm looking through all the pieces, and I'm like, where's the sewing machine? I imagine like the little Lego guys that you would have, and it's a working sewing machine too. So if I turn it, let's see, if I turn it this way, I can turn it this way. So
Wow.
it's got gears, and the
foot
needle.
pedal.
And this is the. Let me turn it this way. I can do it this way too. And the needle, I don't think I have this part in just right, but the needle.
How many pieces is this thing?
Like 10,000 or something. I don't know.
I do not have patience
See,
for
no,
Legos.
but like this, the presser foot needle here, I think I have this something not just in just right, but see how it moves?
It needs repair.
How,
it shows,
how
too.
long did it take you to put this together?
We'll have to get Zach to take a look at it.
Take a look at it, yeah.
It
Zach
took me
can
all night
repair.
to do this. No, it only took me like maybe 45 minutes to an hour once I just sat down and did it.
Yeah.
And the instructions are really well written. So if I go to, there's a QR code. Instructions, a lot of instructions are going to QR codes because it's really neat. If I go to Sally Tomato,
Do you, on your phone, can you look up and get the QR code so he can scan it and show people?
Oh, yeah.
Because there was a little bit of confusion of like how to get through the instructions.
and let's try Lego.
And yeah.
So I found the instructions also on Sally Tomato's website. So I'm going to just go to Sally Tomato's website. In her search bar, I'm just going to type in the word sewing. I typed in sewing in her search bar here.
Here's the QR code. So, Tommy, if I could
text this to you, you could show how to scan
Here,
it.
here's the
But
QR
I
code.
think-
Okay, so here's the QR code. And
Overhead. Sorry.
there's our QR code. On my phone, I'm going to go to the camera and I'm going to open my camera. And
Yep.
it just hold it over and there pops up our what you need to do, what the QR code is reading to us. So just hold it over, there it pops up. You know what I'm distracted is I see my niece down here and my sister sent me a picture and she's eating and this
Oh,
is what I
no.
looked like when I ate every meal. They called me Starvin' Steven and there's my niece, she's all covered. So that's the best way to eat. So that's what I was, so anyways, back to what we're doing. So you hold this over, it's just gonna pop that up, tap there, and the instructions are gonna come up for you.
If you have cell phone, if you have service.
And now just keep it down here and then swipe through.
So
'cause
here's
this is
here's the start. And
confusing part.
what I did to put it together is I separated all the pieces because it comes in a bunch of bags. I put all the brown pieces together, all the black pieces together, all the gold pieces together, and all the gray pieces together in different piles. So when you're going through in this, you're looking at this as a brown piece, you're looking for a brown piece. And how it works is that you're looking for one of those, and 3 of those to build what's pictured there.
Okay.
And these, like my nephews, they love Legos, and I remember I put Legos together as a kid too. So that's how these instructions work. So then you just swipe. Let's see, I'm going to go like this, and you just swipe it over. They're like pages in a book. You just swipe. Now you've built that section, and you're going to grab one of those, and one of those, and you're going to put it on there. And you got to count over like 1, 2, 3, 4, and just put it in the right place. And you can see that there's some above that. So, and the red outline is showing you what the next step is that you're putting on. And once you've got that done, you just follow through. You're going to find these pieces. That's why I color separated them in colors, because then I can know I'm looking for a brown, a gold, that cream, or that cream color, or the gray. And then those pieces are going to go on this section here. And you just keep going through and just doing it. And by the time, I think there's 700 pages on this. No, there isn't. Let's see, I thought that we
But,
could do...
what do? You get it and you give it to like a nephew or a niece.
Yes,
and,
you
and
send
that's
this
something
home.
fun for them to do.
Or you bring them over and you can do this together. That's the best part. Do it together and
Yeah.
stuff. But you send this, yeah. And we can even put more of those in. So,
Yeah.
yep. I thought it was adorable. Little Lego. And
Yep.
I was
I
looking
think I
at
just
Lego
didn't
sets for my
update it.
nephews. They are expensive.
Very
Oh my
expensive.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're like hundreds of dollars for little plastic pieces that they have to build. It's nothing until they build it. So this one's only $24.95, and it's a sewing machine. So what more could you want? That's great.
Couldn't
So
ask for more.
nope.
All right, and then some essentials for.
You just saw me trying to get it here and not break it into 1,000 pieces between here and the car ride. I had it like bubble wrapped in a little Tupperware dish. So what's next?
Any of these
Oh,
items
the
you want.
needle tin. So let's do these needle tins first. I'm going to
Okay.
skip this one. These needle tins. These are new that came out. There's several different ones here. I thought these were such an exceptional deal because what do we sell? We sell 5 packs of embroidery needles for $19.95, right? So you buy that's our deal in the embroidery 9014 needles. This is 6 packs plus the tin, and we all love these little cute like collector tins. For how much are these?
Let's see if I scroll down.
$20.95. So it's almost the same price. So you get 6 packs of needles in every single tin plus the little tin. So what we're gonna do is the Serger. So this is the
HAX.
HAX is gonna be for. So on the Sergers, it tells you what needle to use. Right here, so the HAX. There it tells us what needles to use. Here the Triumph, the EL705 CF. is what you're going to use. You can also use universal needles in these machines. If you're just doing a regular stitching, you can also use universal, but these are the needles that it recommends. So this first set in the bubble is going to be the ones for the overlock. So if you have a Victory or an Imagine or a Celebrate, a Claim, these are just for the overlocks, this first set.
According to our description, Steve, it says that there's a QR code on the inside, and you can scan it, and it will show you all the instructions.
QR codes.
There's a QR code right here on the back. Let's see what it does. We're going to start QR code in everything we do. I'm going to wear a QR
It's the
code.
future.
You can scan them.
So there's like a little 1-minute video that talks about the needles on this. So it comes with 6 different packs of needles in here. There's 8012s. There's a stretch needle, 2 different size stretch needle, ballpoint in 2 different sizes, and a top stitch needle. So 6 sets of needles plus the little tin. So that's really nice. The next one we have is the embroidery set. This one is this one here. The embroidery tin set, 6 packs again. You're going to get 7511, 8012, and 9014 embroidery needles, 2 packs of each, 6 needle totals, and I feel like, yeah, that's a good price for these two. $24.95 on those ones, and then what's the next? The other, okay, so the Serger needles for your Triumph, Ovation, Evolution, the combination machines that do both overlock and cover stitch. These are the ones you're going to want to get. This comes with a set of 8012s of the regular Serger needles. You're going to get top stitch, stretch, and ballpoint. 2 different size ballpoints in this. So, in a nice little tin.
Next, the
Next set
garment
is
maker.
the quilting set.
Quilting set, yeah.
Our quilting set, so anyone could get these for quilting, but you get a 7511 quilting, a 9014 quilting, you get a sharps needle. Sharps needles are really nice. They're a real sharp point and they penetrate. So if you have really thick seams or piecing you go through, the sharps needle will go right through it. You get a titanium needle. Titanium needles last longer. And then top stitch needles. And change your needles out. When in doubt, change it out. If you have something where you go through a spot and it makes a funny noise and stuff, it might be dulled, might be blunt, change it out. I know there was some customers I know we've had that, my husband sharpens my sewing machine needles for me. No, don't do that. Just put a new one in. So here's some more needles for you. Yeah, you don't need to sharpen your needles. Just put a new one in. So those are the quilting ones. And this is garment making. So these are universal needles in 2 different sizes, a stretch needles, a jeans needles, and then twin needles. Twin needle sewing is always nice because you get those 2 needle threads to go through. So I thought those bundles of threads or needles were really great in the little tin because we can always use more needles. And then, bulk size needles, 9014 universals. These are kind of a go-to needle. This is what Zach uses. He puts one of these 9014 universal needles in your machines to service it. So if you want a bunch of needles to have on hand, you get 100 needles for $35. That's pretty good. And they're in this little case, Class A needles. That's the brand that we use and like. And it's just an all-purpose general universal needle, 9014. You can use these for just about anything. We even use these in embroidery too. So that's the 9014 size. 8012s are another nice size to have. If you're doing some piecing, some 1/4-inch piecing on a quilt top, the 8012 is a nice needle to use for that. You don't necessarily need the 9014 for that. I stay away from 7511s. I just feel like they're which ones work for the Ovation? It's going to be, which one was the EL 705s? That one right there, 104. Sold 104 is the EL 705 is going to be the ones that work on the Ovation. But size 8012, a little bit smaller. For piecing some lighter weight fabrics, I would stick with these 2 sizes, 9014 and 8012 for just your general sewing and stuff.
Okay.
And is there anything else on the list there?
Oh,
Oh, you know what? I wanted to show this thing.
The L bobbins, did you show that?
Ooh, let's do that too. I really wanted to show this because I love this little thing here. Because I can never figure out the markings on my machine. I never know what where they are or which one's right and stuff sometimes on the machines. And sometimes they're millimeters, sometimes they're inches. And what this is, here I'm going to put it down. And let's get a piece of paper.
Piece of paper.
Oh, I found one. Here's one. I just want to put this underneath it. Is it right side up? Yeah, it's right side up. So there's
Just gonna slide you.
lines that go, or little holes that go this way across it, and it tells you. Let's go to the machine and show you, but it just gives you your seam guide, so you know which line to mark it up on. So let's take it over to the machine here. This machine has a clear 1/4 inch mark, 1/2 inch mark, 5/8, and that's it. 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 5/8. But say you need a 7/8 seam allowance for some reason. You're going to take this fancy ruler and you're going to slide it underneath the needle. You're going to drop your needle down by hand into that 7/8 slot, hold it right there. This line right here is 7/8. Isn't that cool?
That.
So if you're not
is
sure what marking you're
awesome.
looking at, just this, I love this seam
Where?
guide. So
Could you do that one more
Yeah,
time?
we're gonna do it
'Cause I
again.
wasn't
So-
watching.
So this machine has 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and 5/8. That's it. And that's great. But what if we need 3/4 of an inch? So we're gonna go line up this right over there, drop our needle down in that hole. This right here is 3/4 of an inch.
Oh, okay.
You can put a piece of tape there, you can put that or whatever to make sure that's your seam guide. Now if you need a larger space, so we need 1 7/8 for some reason. For whatever reason we need 1 7/8. Let's take these screws out. 1 7/8. You're gonna line up that 1 7/8 right there. You're gonna drop your needle down in that spot. And there's your 1 7/8. It goes clear up to 2 inches. So really nice.
It's one of those things. Is like, who thought? I wonder
Yep.
who thought of that, because that.
So the standard seam guide. And it goes all the way down to 1/8 of an inch, up to 2 inches. And then it's got ruler marks on there too. It's bright, nice and bright, so you're not going to get it confused with other rulers. That you know this is that one. So, and even has a 1/4 inch cross up, a T up there as well. So, I love
Very
this little
cool.
roller.
I'm gonna meet that feller or gal who made
Yeah.
that one up.
Yeah, it's really cool.
The 12-foot piece set, I feel like this is such a great deal. All 12 of these feet in this little case here. And for the price we have them on special for the $27.88. That's what is 27.88 divided by 12? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. What's 27.88 divided by 12?
2,788 divided by 12 is approximately 232.3333.
222.
They said each foot is $2,000. That's not right. We'll do the math again here.
24,
I didn't get that. Can you
88
try again?
divided by 3 is
So it's 27
30.
27.88
2788.
divided by 12. $2.32 a foot. That's good. Most of our feet cost anywhere between $15 to $20. You get a little booklet here that shows you, gives you a little description of how to use the foot, and then a little place for them to go. So the little foam cutout, the instructions in there, and you're gonna use you might already have some of these feet, but hey, you might need another one. The open toe, clear open toe, the Teflon foot, the seven cording foot. You have the roller foot, 1/4 inch piecing foot, invisible zipper. This one is that cording foot, so the 2 rows of cords can put in there. This one's an edge joining. This one's like a hammer foot. I forget what this one is, and I don't. But then that's the gathering foot. But 12 feet, a really good price on these ones. So they fit all Baby Lock machines. These are the snap-on feet. They fit all Baby Lock machines. So from all the way down, all the way up, from the Zest to the Soprano or the Solaris, they'll fit all the Baby Lock machines. That's what's nice about Baby Lock, is that the pieces and parts are interchangeable. So you need a whole room of Baby Lock sewing machines, and then all the pieces work together. So Oh, these. Oh, so if you have an accomplish, I've lost so many feet in the trash can, right? I know. If you are in the bottom of a drawer, underneath the table, if you have the accomplish, and or a machine that takes L-size bobbins, and these even work on the multi-needles for pre-wound bobbins. What this is, it's a gross. You know how many are in a gross?
Nope.
144 is a gross. You get 144 cardboard size L bobbins. Now these aren't for our Solaris and stuff like that. Those machines. These are the L size. So these aren't as big. They're a little flatter. But if you're put one right there.
Yep.
But if you will those feet fit on the accomplish? Do we have the Master Shank in the lineup? If you have the Master Shank, those feet will fit on the accomplish. Because the Master Shank allows you to use the snap-on feet. So if you have an accomplish at home, the Master Shank is great for that. If you have the accomplish, you need the Master Shank for it. Okay. Because then all the snap-on feet will work on it. I think we're going to get that to put in the bubble.
Okay. Let's put it in the bubble.
But these
I'll put it in.
These L-size bobbins for piecing, general sewing, any kind of sewing that you're not going to see the back of your project, you're just sewing things together, and the bobbin thread, you can throw one of these pre-wounds in and you can sew for miles because there's a lot of thread on these. It's a thinner thread, so it's not going to take up much bulk in your seam allowances and things. You know, if you're doing your 1/4 inch piecing and you're using too thick of a thread, it can throw off that 1/4 inch piecing. So if you ever wonder why my pieces never fit together right, maybe it's the thread throwing you off a little bit. So give these a try. This is a real thin weight thread for the bobbin, and I use these almost exclusively on the Triumph, or I mean on the Accomplish. I don't wind you can wind bobbins when you need them to match, but if you just need a white thread for just general sewing, just put one of these in and you're good to go with that. Or if you have a multi-needle machine or like the single needle Capella, you could throw one of these in and you can use these as pre-wounds as well. So
I can't.
Is it not in there at all? It might not be anywhere in our system yet. So we will be able to...
No.
No. That's okay. So that Master Shank isn't even in the computer yet or anything, so we'll get it put in and we'll show it again. We'll probably put it in and just pop it into the app so if anyone who needs it can get it. But I think that's all for today.
That's all for today.
That's all for today. That's all for this week. We will be back on Monday for Monday Material Madness. We have a bunch of new fabric. There was trucks, like 18-wheelers pulled up and just dropped fabric off at our door. And we're going to show it to you all on Monday. So from all of us here at Gloria Horns, we thank you for your support. We thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll see you Monday. So thanks, everyone.